All right, so I have a podcast named the Thunderdome, right? So my group that I went to was actually the Seattle Podcasters Guild, and I was a part of that group, and I was messaged to go and be part of that guild. And this is my first meeting with them was January 25th, 2020. I had a Red Bull because I'm in recovery. So right here, if you see number 3, no drinking. Because I'm in recovery, I told the group right away I'm in recovery, so I can't drink. And the reason why I told them is because the meeting place was the Optimism Brewing Company down in Capitol Hill. So that was the meeting spot, and they said in the group notes, it said that the red balloon will point you in the right direction. I get there, no red balloon, right? So I'm freaking out. I have a Red Bull that's like a gigantic Red Bull in my hand, and I'm at a bar, I'm in recovery, and then like basically I'm stranded, right, at a bar. And I was already anxiety ridden when I was there, but a lot of loud noises, there's a bunch of groups with name tags on each table, and it's a big bar. It's like very like fishbowl kind of looking, and then a lady came up to me and said, "Thunder," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Thunder." Okay, so I felt a little bit less anxiety. I exchanged podcasts with the lady. She told me about hers. I told her about mine, and then the techniques she uses. She even is trying to look for someone with who needs a spot to do their podcast at. I told them that I'm pretty cheap and poor, so I wouldn't be able to pay for a room or anything like that to do it. So I just told her my techniques and what I do in the podcast and stuff like that. Then we started to search for everyone. We were about to leave, but then someone basically messaged her back because I was messaging like, "Where are you? Where are you? I'm in shorts. I have a Red Bull in my hand." Basically, So we were about to part ways, but then they messaged her, and then we found them. It was around a huge table, and it said the Seattle Podcasters Guild. I explained to them like it was really hard to find them because there's no red balloon. The loud noises of everyone in that bar, it was so hard to hear. So basically what I did was I just sat next to each individual, like there's 18, and it's a big round table, and I talked to them about, because I needed help because I'm new. Like I'm new into the recording process of the podcast. So like I explained like what do you do with audio, and they gave me techniques of like use multiple devices for audio, so you can, if one audio is bad on one device, you can have a backup, because it's hard to do interviews twice. Like the person who you're interviewing is going to get annoyed, right? So they gave us basically just a bunch of tips. Me and the new lady, where this is our first experience, and we're just like, what is going on? But once I felt very acknowledged though from each individual that I sat next to, and I did feel like I was a part of, and that I listened to what their podcasts are, and a lot of them are, my podcast is not their cup of tea, and that's totally understandable, because the main facilitator said that there's a lot of people in Seattle. That means there's a lot of tastes of tea, right? If you get that. So basically, let me stop this.